I've been feeling just a little bit low. Got to get back to the show and we'll fly. Yeah. You don't have to feel like you're on your own. No one should have to dance alone, not tonight. For somebody to make memories in a bank forever in time. There's no reason to be hard to find, 'cause we've already lost our mind. You and me, we're gonna write a little history. You and me, just show me love and then you'll see. Memories that we make, they are never gonna fade for a lifetime. We
shots into Tokyo, and Tokyo needs to. I don't think he knows the dangerous situation he is in, but he is able to spoil up to sense it. Oh my god! The Kobe Biao got ammo wrecked in the victory. I think he is in deep trouble. Can't pull back, because if he pulls back, the Ice Ball will be ready to. Good evening everyone on the Asia server, and good afternoon everyone on the EU server. We are back with the Summer Season Championship. We are now on to the final stage. Top 4 teams are decided, and here are the top 4 teams. Teams Feast, E7, GV, and also EA. And let's talk about the tournament format. We are on the final stage. It will be a 4-team double elimination. It's going to be first day best of 5. Today is going to be the best of 5 series. Second day it will be best of 7 series, and grand final best of 9. Double elimination means if a team loses twice, that team is out of the tournament, unless you lose the first time in the grand final. Then there is no rematch for that. The teams you're seeing tonight will be seeded first in one of the groups versus second in another group. So Feast versus E7. Feast finished first in their group, and E7 finished second in another group. Similarly, EA finished first in their group, and GV finished second in their group. The monetary prizes are as follows. All of the teams tonight have already earned some real prize money. The amount is the same as the spring season, and that's just why you're seeing the spring season background right here. I'm just recycling my graphics. You know, I'm a bit lazy, but anyway. These are the maps you're going to be seeing tonight. We're starting off with Camp Steer, Faust, and then Naval Frontier. Next we have Hellas, Nube, and Winter Maninovka. And if you haven't started guessing already, do so. Guess the total damage done by, I believe if I said, I have to guess damage done by EA in the second game. Yes, so it's EA in the second match. Gets total damage dished out by EA in the second match, and this is going to be the schedule and the timeline. We're currently on the second day of the Summer Season Championship, and it will last until the 31st, not the 30th. Credits to Winterfox for making this amazing graphic, and we'll begin with the upper bracket first round in around 12 minutes, and 51 pass will be following the lower bracket first round. Once again, all games are best of 5, and there will be a 5-minute delay on the stream to prevent teams from stream sniping, and it's not allowed per Wargaming rules. This is EA's team. We have Just Do It, Xiong Ace, Guai Vi, they call me Biaudi, Heavy Rabbit 19C, FV4005 KJDL, Forever Love Guai, SB Bao, Lexington, and SB Net East. Meanwhile, we have GV with Berlin as the captain of the team. We also have Capricorn, Doha, Professor, Yoga Govinda, Seo, Yakuza, Monaco, Radium User, and Tokyo. So thank you Wargaming for the ping once again. And hopefully we have more people joining soon. Badbox is predicting the following results. Feast is going to lose well, let's talking in our way. E7 is predicted to win Feast 3-1, and EA is predicted to win GV 3-2. In the Challengers tournament, we have Dirt predicted to win 9v3-2 and RN to win Kings 3-0. And this is the only result that Mapbox is predicting to be a 3-0 victory for the other team. I mean RN. Don't know why, but it seems RN looks pretty strong heading into the Challengers tournament. You would have thought Turks would be the one that is receiving lots of 3-0 or 5 a steamroll fixture result, but it's not the case at all. I'm talking about the E7, but RN is probably going to be, doing very well in the Challengers tournament. Donation, if you want to donate to my stream, here are the following ways you can do so. And apart from that, let's look at the bracket. Here we go. We are seeing Feast versus E7 and EA versus GV in the upper bracket first round. Yes, Strela, you've won a better pass, so you can enjoy my commentary. Great. So at the moment here, I think moderators will join soon. But I probably, if we don't have enough moderators to help, then we will go for yeah, then we will have to look at the YouTube chat later on. So I have to actually open this software. So it has caused some problems with me before. Like the game went haywire when I activated this app, but it seems when I close this app, it stops recording. So I have to say, I need to record all the results for now. You can just wait for me for a moment, and I will be back very soon. Hello everyone. I'll pick the team, obviously. Hello Kuga, how are you doing? Whoa, because you're here, I'm just going to message you. Okay. Alright, I'm back. Got some of your guesses in, so if you can give your guesses still, you might be able to win some battle passes. There will be 5 battle passes to give away in this round, and then in the lower bracket first round I'll give another 5 battle passes. Alright, good. Okay, so let's actually get into the room because I think I have received a room invite. We are now on to Camsteer, and JG06 is following this match, which is really good. He is going to stream a Korean. Hopefully, he can show some support to his streams. But we're going to be on Camsteer, EA versus GB. These two teams have brought some exciting matches last time. Back in the second Go series first day, I believe it's easily the most entertaining day I followed so far this season. Both teams really doing very well, and the games are very close indeed. But we're seeing EA, they love their Clippers, but I mean EU teams love their Clippers as well. We saw Jones, Loka and BPS really running a lot of Clipper tanks. As for GV, they are a bit more traditional or conventional with their lineup, with a mixture of IS-40, 125s and Crown Vargans, and Professor obviously playing in the Vickers Light. If he doesn't play in the Vickers Light, it's either the map is super heavy or that Professor is having a tantrum. But I don't think that's will be the case. So we're seeing EA going to have Just Do It in the T125 potentially. Triple Crown Vargan by KJDL. One of the USNs and Seong. Heavy Rainmaker, Heavy Rabbit. Heavy Rabbit in the biggest light. They call me Reality in the T125 and not the WC and Lexington the Crown Vargan, NetEase in the Crown Vargan I presume. I just can't announce the setup so far. GB are only showing up with 6 at the moment. Oh dear. Maxu, don't know why your message was deleted, but it was saved in my chat log, so that's really good. So that's fine. That's fine. Killshoik, yes. Hello, what's help? No, stop doing this to me. Gosh. Let's look at this. Setup. GB trying to get ammo racked with quadruple T125s by Yokai Govinda, Doha, Monaco, and Tokyo. Yakuza in the Crown Vargan, Professor in the Vickers Light, and Berlin in the IS-4. EA has decided with Just Do It in T125, triple Crown Vargans by KJDL, Seong, and also SB Mao. Lexington the T125 alongside they call me Biaudi and Just Do It. Heavy Rabbit in the Vickers Light, Forever Guai and NetEase are going to be on the subs bench. Camsteer, the reason why I say Camsteer all the time is that this is the only map that teams can actually take good positions to reset all A, B, and C caps on both sides. So a lot of the matches, especially I would say the middle of the pack teams, I mean kind of the ones that are not like the top level, you usually will be seeing them holding on until the very end, and that usually becomes very, very dull. And this is why sometimes it's better off to have a tour guide on Camsteer. We might do the tour guide once again on Camsteer, but given that both EA and GB have been playing pretty aggressively with one another, I doubt really we are going to be seeing a very boring gameplay. Let's hope it's going to be exhilarating and not terribly dull. In an idyllic map like Camsteer, it doesn't really deserve a very dull, boring gameplay. But let's look at what's going to happen. And stop guessing now. I remember that. Stop guessing now. Stop. It's a best of 5 series, so it's going to be whichever team wins the first 3 matches will win the fixture. Yes, esports has a huge potential market, so we'll see how it's going to be developed. Alright, let's go in on Cam Steer. EA versus GB. EA North Spawn Red Team, GB Blue Team South Spawn, and Morgan decides that I have to stay behind the red line because they hate me a lot. Joking. I know that they don't hate me, otherwise I won't be invited to follow the Asia server, right? So otherwise we're going to be seeing a Professor in the Vegas Light and EA. Heavy Rabbit in that Vegas Light as well, taking a very interesting position to spot the tanks up of GB going into C, and EA knows the information, but Doha might be able to push shells into Heavy Rabbit, but I think the slope is a bit too steep, can't really put this gun down. But looking at GB, oh, crossing without getting shots, Lessington with that miss right here, but look at EA just stacking up a lot of tanks. I think if GB pushes even deeper into that, it's not going to be nice. B will be captured by GB. That would give GB the cap lead, and EA, I think they should try to make a push if they have five tanks right here. We're seeing Heavy Rabbit looking to get A, but if I were EA, I would definitely make a push onto Tokyo and Berlin. Yakuza can stay there, might be able to farm, and this is exactly what EA is doing. Just do it, dropping the speed boost and the reactive armor, receiving a lot of shots, but I think the reactive armor deducts a lot of the potential damage done. And we're going to be seeing Berlin getting absolutely mullered here, and that's going to be the first tank down, and I do really see it coming here, but EA, they have Just Do It also dead as well. Great shot there. And it's going to be 6 versus 6. We are seeing GV still holding on nicely. B has been, already captured. So why am I saying this once again? But Lessington in that T125 will be putting shots onto Monaco. And it's in a decent position, I would say. Yoga and Govinda going back to B, trying to cross, but I think the buildings will be there to shield Yoga and Govinda from crossing. Hit points are now with GB and it's still very close to call. EA, the initial rush worked fine, but killed one tank, but another IS-4, I think, or the T-135 ran away without taking too many hits. They are trying to go for Yakuza here. And Zion Ace is now getting absolutely smacked by GB's forces here. This is exactly what GB wants EA to do. They want them to push Yakuza because they will be pushing out in the open, and GB has tanks to shut EA's tanks down. They call me Bialdi's now dead as well, and obviously that push onto Yakuza backfired tremendously. GB predicted that to happen, and we are now seeing GB now looking for Lexington next. And Tokyo dropping reactive armor as well. GB pretty much lecturing EA in this match. And you can see GB with a lot better positioning. And they reacted a lot better with what EA is trying to do. EA has some really good ideas, some good strategies. But they are not very decisive with what they're trying to do. So it's going to be 2 versus 6 right now. It's SB Mouse now dead, leaving Heavy Rabbit, the last person standing. Yakuza is still alive despite EA's attempt to push Yakuza and kill him off. And put it back into the garage, basically. But Heavy Rabbit, we're looking to put a shot into Yakuza, looking to try to kill off Yakuza. Is he going to be able to succeed in doing so? It's not going to be the case. Professor killing off Heavy Rabbit. The hit points doesn't seem to describe the situation brilliantly. But looking at the guns, there are still 6 tanks alive for GB. Great hit point push sharing as well. But EA, a little bit too naive into thinking that they can push onto that isolated Yakuza without taking a lot of hits. Because basically what they're trying to do, they're trying to push out in the open. If I were them, probably I will probably not keep on pushing, probably will stay back and figure out another way to rotate and try to chip away hit points of GB here at the moment. Unfortunately, GB did drop too many hit points, and they have basically too many tanks trapped in one single pocket. And you don't want to do that. You want to spread out a little bit so that you don't get pincered easily by GB. GB had the map control really well, and it's going to be GB 6 tanks doing more than 2k and EA 3 tanks doing more than 2k. Well done to GB. Okay, here we go. We are seeing EA. Oh my lordy. Are they imitating 7 Star, or have they lost their plot? Because this is very weird. Double bad chats by Just Do It and Forever Noob. No, Forever why? Because if it's Forever Noob, that's the player from Mercy. We also have double 50 Bs by Nicole Bialdi and Sion. Lexington IS7, Heavy Rabbit T135 alongside SB Mao. Oh, Heavy Rabbit changing into 50B instead. GB, we are seeing IS4 by Berlin. IS4 by Berlin. Double Crown by Doha, Yakuza, Triple T135, so Yoga giving the Monaco and also Tokyo. Oh, here we go, yes. Hello Butsu, how are you doing? And it has something gone wrong here. I don't know. I have to, just going to stop the clock. You guys jinxed GB, so that's good. At least GB's winning the first match. Oh, Lord. Oops. Yes, it's now right. Okay. Here we go. EA looking to go into B very quickly at the start with double back chats, but GB aren't there just yet to stop the back chats. But we're going to be seeing C going to be captured by EA as well, and A will be captured by GB. I'm sorry you were seeing Preble versus R. That was totally out of my my radar. Thought it was not the case, but unfortunately now it should be changed. It should be right. GB, they have A, and they do not have the cap lead at the moment because EA have both B and C, so they are going to be defending, and GB needs to do the rotation. Berlin takes up lots of hits here. That is not good, and it's going to be interesting now to see with Doha and Monaco rotating through their spawn and looking for EA now. Obviously, I'm not sure what I'm saying, but Berlin in that IS4. Oh my goodness me! You're guessing Primus will win, isn't it? Good. Alright, so EA still has the hit point pool advantage, a little bit hit point pool advantage, but they have 8 cap points of increase per second. GB only has 4 cap points of increase per second, so GB has to, not waste too much time in figuring out where EA's tanks are positioned. But EA looks pretty strong in their defensive lineup, but you have also double bad chats, so it could get a little bit too fragile. It could get a little bit fragile with their tanks, their tank selection. I do think that tank selection is made for defending. And you're seeing Yoga giving a Professor working in tandem, looking to shut down Forever Guai. I think now EA is diverting the attention over to their spawn And I think now GB is going to make a push through their spawn. This is looking pretty good for GB at the moment, but I think Yoga Govinda has overcommitted. Oh, he's not going to last for long. I think he's going to be in deep trouble. And Lexington is looking to come up on top. And with GB still very far away from where Yoga Govinda is, Yoga Govinda could only put that many shells into EA, and obviously Professor needs to run. No reason why he shouldn't be running here. We are also seeing SB Mao being quite low, down to a one-shot, but Professor will be there to try to keep the spots up. But GB got both B and C. EA abandoned both B and C, and now GB has all 3 caps. Hit points are now with GB at the moment here, so I think EA just diverted like too many tanks onto one single Yoga Govinda, and they just lost all the caps and map control as well. And we're seeing Lexington dropping, well, on fire, dropping a lot of hit points, but I think this is pretty much, well, I'm not sure if it's over for EA yet, because Monaco might be the next hand down. Lexington is killed, and it's actually lots of brawls in the different angles. Berlin is dead, Monaco is dead. It's now 5 versus 4. There is still hope, a glimmer of hope for EA at the moment. They need to get the next tanks down. Just Do It is quite low. Professor kills off Just Do It. That's really important indeed. Forever Love Guai is also killed as well. So it's going to be 3 versus 3. EA is trying to get C, but now the cap points are with GB. They're looking to kill off those 50Bs. The 50Bs will have some clip potential, but they will be on the drop reload, except for Daykomi BLD. Daykomi BLD is now down to a one-shot, will be killed by Yakuza, and Doha will be holding on, but it's now 3 versus 2, and GB got another win. And EA once again, I think, I'm not sure if it's inexperience here, but they just lost all the caps. GB will be very happy. Will be very happy in this one, that they're able to win and capitalize on EA's mistake in putting all 7 tanks onto one single Yoga Govinda. And that is, you should never ever do that in Clan Wars, because that means first you saw that GB got back all 3 caps, and EA just lost all 3 caps, and suddenly they got pinset. You don't want to do that. You want to retain map control if you see an isolated tank. Good idea for EA to push onto Yoga Govinda, but they just sent like 7 tanks there. When you're defending, when you're defending, you need to know that the other team would not be pushing on just one single lane. No team would do that, because that means you can just defend that lane pretty nicely. And the other team, while rotating, would want to make things a lot more difficult for you. So I do think it's a little bit of another naive prediction from EA here, and GB is on the match point now. It's now going to be 2-0. Okay, good. So we are seeing GB. Triple T125s by Yoga Govinda, Monaco, and Tokyo. Double crown by Doha, Yakuza, Professor, the Vickers Light, Berlin, and the Mouse. EA is going for a more typical setup with double M60O by Just Do It and Forever Love Guai. Lexington T125, Seong Ace in the Kramwagen alongside Daykomi BLD, Heavy Rabbit T22, and SB Mao in the T125. Let's go, we're on Faust. And GB is definitely a lot more experienced in Clan Wars and at the top 4 stage as well. EA has done really well to come that to be that far, but they have to, you know, improve their map reading skills, because I think the last 2 matches haven't been the best in terms of map reading. And also potentially what the other team is trying to do to shut you down. Hopefully EA is going to pick their senses back up. They actually thrive on aggressive strat, so we haven't seen that just yet, and it seems they are not they're struggling a little bit with the usual defensive cap-oriented strat, but we'll see what's going to happen. C is going to be captured by GB, and EA will be capturing D, and they're looking to send everyone onto the northeastern area. And Professor in the Vickers Light will not be able to spot anyone on A, but will he be able to flank from behind? EA is just going for a straight push, isn't it? But everyone is spotted, just GB can defend nicely, I would say, unless EA keeps on pushing, which I don't think it's going to be a good idea because GB is just in good positions to stop that from happening. So EA is definitely not going to push. They are putting some great shells into EA's forces, for example, Seong Ace, and then we have Heavy Rabbit spotted in the T-22. Professor's trying to run away. I'm not sure if GB is looking to call for a push onto EA. We'll see this. We'll see this one soon. Berlin is from below, looking to get Forever Love Guai. It's going to be the case. I think this is not a good move from EA. I don't think they should push. Forever Love Guai just isolated himself, and I think EA dropped the ball here. And Yoga Gavin is now down to one shot. And which tank is going to go down first? It's going to be Yoga Gavin. A great bounce right here. Yoga Gavin is on an ammo rack. It is, yeah, his DPM is really low. Forever Love Guai is now finally dead. It's now going to be a 6 versus 6 here. GB is going to make a counter push onto Young Ace and Lexington. Great fighting here. Great discovery, I would say. And Zone A is going to be the next tank down for EA. Meanwhile, EA is trying to get Doha. Doha needs to get out of this because he's showing his the rear armor to EA. Seong Ace finally dead. Yakuza is turning his tank, is now down to a one shot. Hit points with GB at the moment. Just Do It is now dead. With Tokyo killing off Lexington. That's the case. It's now going to be 3 versus 4 with Berlin and Monaco. Still here, obviously. They're going to deal with the T-22. They call me Bialdi and SB Mao looking for GV. And I don't know what happened to that shot by Berlin. That was a pretty dank shot. Doha will be putting a great shot into SB Mao. It's the case. A great HE shell, I would say. Tokyo will be putting another good shell into the Kobe Bialdi. Could have been HE, but it doesn't matter at this point. Berlin is lining up the shell onto the Kobe Bialdi, and it's actually Doha making that shot. And Berlin is going to kill the Kobe Bialdi. And Tokyo using the speed boost, looking to shut down SB Mao. Yes, first shot in, and it's definitely GB's game here. They're going to win this 3-0. Great shot to SB Mao as well. And with D getting captured too. It's just a matter of time before... oh, Doha is dead. 2 versus 3. It's a matter of time before GB is going to qualify to the upper bracket final and be able to secure at least the 3rd place in this season. Berlin in that mouse, just wiggling a little bit. Tokyo, great shot into Heavy Rabbit, and that kill would condemn EA to the lower bracket first round. Well done to GB and EA. I'm not sure what happened tonight for them. They haven't been able to show their worth. I know they are better than this, but this is this doesn't look good to me. I'm sorry, EA. You looked a lot better when I was streaming back then, where you were aggressive in a more calculated way, and you got cap advantage in a lot more clever way. Tonight here, this match, once again, the inexperience kicks in, and I would say no one would push onto a well defended lineup, especially when we were talking about GB with a lot of experience and they know how to defend. I mean, they are famous of their heavy strategies, although they take Vickers Light and T-22 from time to time, and all the time I would say. But they are known for defending, and also they are known for getting the cap advantage. So for EA to try to push with 6 tanks onto a well-defended GV's lineup here, especially Berlin coming down from below to shut down that M60, I believe is Forever Love Guai, or Just Do It. it will not work. So hopefully EA they have to review these games. There are a lot of mistakes that would have been done by a new Cloud Wars team. So hopefully we're going to see a better EA in the lower bracket first round, which I will be following next. Well done to GB, and they're through to the next one. Okay, let's look. Let's see if Feast have finished playing against E7. I don't think it's going to be the case. We still have a long time, a lot of time left, around 30 minutes left. So I'm going to analyze the first two matches, probably for Campsteer, which is not campy at all. They're still playing, obviously. Okay, before I continue, I need to include some more results in. Okay, we have some winner. Oh, we got some winners, so that's really good. I think EA is saving their energy. I think so. It looks a little bit too weird. Okay, let's go and watch and see about the matches on Campsteer. because there are lots to talk about.
Sweet! Nutty, you're blowing me away!
Tender stem. Broccoli, but better.
And they're through to the next one. WC and Lexington, the Kramwagen, NetEase, they're just stacking up a lot of time. Okay, let's analyze some matches now. Okay, let's go. I think the slope is a bit too steep. Okay, I should have unmuted myself now. Can't really put this gun down, but looking at GB, oh, okay, so very interesting position. Did spot a lot of tanks crossing over to C, but usually teams will do that. Usually, what you'll be seeing a lot of teams, they will go will commit a lot of tanks to A. Basically, C is a bit open, and it's kind of weird to play on C as well. But GB has decided to do a BC strat, and these two tanks are sitting there quite offensively. They have to be really careful though, because if they get rushed, there should be the terrain is probably able to shield something, but maybe not. If Berlin decides to pull back, then they would draw EA out in the open. So they have to play really carefully here, because you're seeing like 5 tanks over to the northeastern corner. They could like push in all at once and shut you guys down. So let's continue to watch. Oh, crossing without getting shots. Lexington with that miss right here, but look at EA just stacking up a lot of tanks. I think if GB pushes even deeper into that, it's not going to be nice. I mean, 5 tanks and 2 tanks onto. I mean, they discovered Doha is there, Professor is there, someone is on B. So if I were EA, I definitely know GB is isolated with Berlin and Tokyo. Looking at the minimap as well, and you're also seeing that there is a focus like Yakuza is up there to farm some of the EA's tanks. So EA definitely they are able to kill off these 2 tanks quickly, and probably after that, I mean, should send some tanks over to this side and also this side, and after that, maybe pull back a little bit. Yakuza might farm you, but doesn't have a lot of TPM. and try to defend a little bit and maybe send some tanks over to support Lexington more, so that you kind of distract tanks over on this side, and then you might be able to keep on pushing. But other than that, if you are not able to distract tanks on B, then if you push, then you will get farmed terribly. Professor is up there as well, so that's also a big problem too for EA. B will be captured by GB. That will give GB the cap lead, and EA, I think they should try to make a push if they have five tanks right here. We're seeing Heavy Rabbit looking to get A, but if I were EA, I would definitely make a push onto Tokyo and Berlin. Yakuza can stay there, might be able to farm, and this is exactly what EA is doing. Just do it, dropping the speed boost and the reactive armor, receiving a. Problem is no one is taking this lane. You need to take multiple lanes too, because if you have everyone like in this area, GV absolutely can create choke points, and as I always say, choke points are very important. But you're under a numerical disadvantage that will slow down the gameplay, and you're able to kind of farm tanks in that way, and slow down their rush as well. So absolutely, if EA needs to send like 2 tanks over to this lane so that they can shoot the side armor or even the rear armor of Berlin nicely. And very good of Tokyo to immediately pull back, rotate, and and to set up good defensive lineup for GB, but that will bring Berlin out in the open and also isolated. But you don't want to lose 2 tanks in this situation. 1 tank is fine because they have chipped away a lot of hit points of Just Do It. So let's continue to watch what's going to happen. A lot of shots, but I think the reactive armor deducts a lot of the potential damage done. And we're going to be seeing Berlin getting absolutely mullered here. And that's going to be the first tank down. And I do really see it coming here. But EA, they have Just Do It also dead as well. Great shot there. And it's going to be... this is kind of... I think GB has better positions now. And EA pretty much trapped themselves there with 3 tanks here. Which I have no... 2 tanks here. Which you can't really do anything. You're forced to stay there, and it's very difficult to work without getting shot by these T110E5s. To put some great shells if you decide to pull back. Good crossfire, great crossfire over to there. Kranwagens also, if they decide to cross, the T110E5s will also be able to farm, and then it's just not nice. I do see like this graphic is a little bit, a little bit but Yakuza is going to be a bait here. Yakuza is going to be the bait, but it's kind of an obvious bait, so I don't think EA should go for Yakuza in this situation. The T110E5s will farm you for days. Professor will get distracted by Heavy Rapid, so fair enough for Heavy Rabbit. He needs to do that so that the Professor won't be able to farm from the church side. But Lexington will also be quite important to put shots into Yakuza. Yakuza just need to stay safe, and it's fine. EA, they can't do much at this moment. They pretty much trap themselves here. And what I would suggest potentially, but I think they will still be started if they do that. Kranwagens to pull back, join Lexington, and distract the T110E5 instead. But in this situation, then GB can push onto these. They call me Bialdi and Mao. So EA is in deep trouble. If I were EA, would only sell like 1 tank there, and a Kranwagen to stay with these Kranwagen pile, and they shouldn't send like 4 tanks over there because it doesn't help anyway in getting the map control, and GB is just getting good map control in this situation now. 6 versus 6, we are seeing GB still holding on nicely. B has been, already captured, so why am I saying this once again? But Lexington in that T110E5 will be putting shots onto Monaco, and it's in decent position, I would say. Yoga and Govinda going back to B, trying to cross, but I think the buildings will be there to shield Yoga and Govinda. Also, I think Yoga Govinda has a good idea, trying to distract Lexington as well. And Lexington is a bit low, so they want that tank out. But EA got A as well, but they don't have the cap, so they would want to get either B or C, but GB are positioned there, say stationed there, so they can't really do that. All EA could only do is to find the weakness in GB setup and push onto it. Let's see what's going to happen. From crossing, Hitpoints are now with GB in there, and it's still very close to call. EA, the initial rush worked fine, but killed one tank, but another IS-4, I think, or the T-135 ran away without taking too many hits. They are trying to go for Yaku, and this is why I do not want to cross and trying to get Yakuza. Yakuza is definitely a bait here, as you saw earlier. Let's go back a few seconds earlier. This is pretty much quite self-explanatory why you shouldn't do that. Monaco, I'm not sure if it will have shots, but we'll have shots onto Seong Ace. These double T-135 Yoga Govinda, they can absolutely destroy Seong Ace here. Yakuza could go down though, but he will be able to survive for long because EA is going out in the is getting the attention from the T-135s that they are out in the open. You don't want to do that. T-135s have good DPM, better than the Kranwagens. So in this situation, EA is in deep trouble, and T-135s are also in cover, so they don't have to worry about getting ammo racked as well. Or the T-135 ran away without taking too many hits. They are trying to go for Yakuza here, and Seong Ace is now getting absolutely smacked by GB's forces here. This is exactly what GB wants EA to do. They want them to push Yakuza because they will be pushing out in the open, and GB has tanks to shut EA's tanks down. They call me Biaudis now. A look at how these two tanks of EA lost Hitpoints so quickly. I mean, quite suddenly as well. And they're on to Lexington next, which is another good call as well. But by the time EA almost putting Yakuza down to one shot, they already lost 3 tanks, so it's now 4 versus 6, and they are down by around 1,000 hit points. Heavy Rabbit is ignored, but if you can kill more tanks out, that figures like can't do like 1 versus 6. It's impossible in this situation. So well done to GB, and I think this is quite explanatory how this match goes. So let's take a look at other results for other matches. And it's going to be GB versus Feast. Feast won against E7, I heard is 3-1. It is 3-1. Madbox jinxed twice so far, which is not nice. If you can see the prediction from Madbox, it's totally cursed. Feast won against E7. GB won against EA. So tonight, Madbox is not having a good time. And then you have the Middle Echelon Championship. We know that now. Der won against 9v 3-1. RM won against Kane. So it's not as close. It's not as dominant as Madbox is thinking about. At least they got both Der and RN correct for this outcome. And it's going to be 9v versus Kane and Feast versus EA next. Okay, so okay, so it's E7 versus E8. Sorry. So at the moment it's just half-half. Maybe Mapbox will get the next two results right. No time to kind of get the results in, but I'll do that after the stream. Let's go back. It should be 51, not one, not 32. Pass. There we go. All right, let's go in. Let's look at the next one. The next match to analyze. Hopefully, I still have some time left. Only 9 minutes, so I'm not sure if I can do it quickly. I'll try. There we go. The first match. Oh, Lord. Let's skip a little bit. Now, right, okay. I think it's quite an old strategy to send your batch hats, double of them, on B at the start. Nowadays, you don't see that because batch hats, they don't have a lot of armor, and their DPM is not really that high. But they have good clip potential, so potentially you might be able to make use of your clip potential to chip away the inputs of an ice in the tank. But they also have triple 50Bs, so I'm not sure what their idea with this strategy is, because if they want to get Catley at the start, then they shouldn't be taking 50Bs. They can't really defend. They don't have really good armor compared to, let's say, T110E5s and Crown Varga. They will be better choices for holding. And they might be getting C as well, and they are taking an I7 too. So I have to say it's very weird strategy from EA, and certainly it will work a lot better if they don't have to cap lead instead. So let's see what's going to happen. Here we go. EA looking to go into B very quickly at the start with double batch hats, but GB aren't there just yet to stop the batch hats. But we're going to be seeing C going to be captured by EA as well, and A will be captured by GB. I'm sorry, you were seeing my radar. Thought it was not the case, but unfortunately now it should be changed. It should be right. GB, they have A, and they do not have the cap lead at the moment because EA have both B and C. Yes, EA, despite having both B and C, I actually feel worried about them. Not sure how they're going to defend with 50Bs though. If they get spotted, they don't. GB doesn't have to like aim for a long time because 50Bs as a whole doesn't have lots of armor, and especially when you angle your tank, you can't really angle your tank. Basically, your side armor is quite paper thin. So GV would be happy about that. They have some heavy tanks with not very good accuracy, so they can absolutely put great shots into EA and chip away their hit points, and it's quite unlikely they are going to bounce their shots. And IS7 and T125 are playing quite aggressively, but it has to be really careful though. He's quite low, but he can stay there. He can try to get B once again, but he needs to approach it carefully. So they are going to be defending, and GV needs to do the rotation, but it takes a lot of hits here. That is not good. And it's going to be interesting now to see with Doha and Monaco rotating through their spawn and looking for EA now. Obviously, I'm not sure. Oh, let me double check if I have the room invite soon. That should happen in around 5 minutes. Well, let's continue. Sure what I'm saying, but Berlin in that IS4. I'm going to skip. I'm going to skip a little bit. GV, they are going to make a move with Professor and Yoga Givida both spotted, but Yoga Givida seems to intentionally go deep to try and shut down Forever Love Why is actually very dangerous, because he's doing it alone, and GV are very isolated, spread out. But I think when it comes to rotations, then if you can coordinate well, then it's fine. But they have to be really careful. But Yogan Givinda could push in a little bit too early, and the 50Bs can absolutely put shots into Yogan Givinda if it's not careful enough. So let's see what's going to happen next. But Yogan Givinda can use a speed boost and go in quickly, but he has to be really careful. Let's go. So working in tandem, looking to shut down Forever Guai. I think now EA is diverting the attention over to their spawn. And I think now GV is going to make a push through their spawn. This is looking pretty good for GV at the moment, but I think Yoga Givinda has overcommitted. Oh, he's not going to last for long. It's fine. He can overcommit. What's more important, he drew 5 tanks onto just 1. And 6 tanks even, you will see the IS7 coming from behind. Don't do that. You can see B and C are out in the open and not even getting the attention from EA. And they left 1 tank in near the held down position. What can he do in that situation? He can't do much. He's just going to be shut down very quickly. Can't be able to reset B and C at the same time. Not possible. It's not a minigun. You can't shoot continuously. So not the best idea, I must say, from EA. I think he's going to be in deep trouble, and Lexington is looking to come up on top. And with GV still very far away from where Yoga Givinda is, Yoga Givinda could only put that many shells into EA. I mean, I'm surprised actually. GV has chipped a lot of hit points off those tanks trying to go for Yoga Givinda. I think credit to where credit's due. Professor also did some great job, but also to do with EA's the tank choice is too soft, and they can drop a lot of hit points in this situation. And sometimes if they show their rear armor and side armor, Professor can land HE shells, and that can be very painful indeed. And obviously, Professor needs to run. No reason why he shouldn't be running here. We are also seeing SB Mao being quite low, down to a 1 shot, but Professor will be there to try to keep the spots up. But GV got both B and C. EA abandoned both B and C. Despite EA getting, 896 cap points, so they just basically need like 3 kills, and they should be able to win this one. But GV, they all have all 3 caps, so they have to stay safe by some time. EA would absolutely need to kill the ISIF tanks of GV now. Monaco will be the first tank I would go for, but then he has company behind, so EA once again getting pincered by GB, lost the map control, and I don't think we have enough time to see what's going to happen next. But GB won it in the end, quite convincingly actually. So well done to GB again, and let's go into this. Alright, so we only have like 20 seconds left to go. Hellas, you're seeing EA versus E7. EA, double M60, Crown Vargan, T125, IS7, another Crown Vargan, and T125. E7, triple T125, double Crown, a VK90.01p, and Vickers Light. That's quick. So let's go in. Now, I do have to make sure, we got the right, yeah, for the chat being up and running. Okay, so I believe we got the right teams, the right stuff, isn't it? We got the right stuff. Yes, we got the right side, right order. Everything is right. No more Preble versus Hal. It's not NA7 tonight, but EA Red Team, South Spawn, they are sending a lot of tanks over to A, and E7 on the other hand, Blue Team, will be committing their forces over to C. Interestingly, EA isn't taking any mediums or lights, so they have to be really careful about here. Oh, but the Cool Beans I think spotted up. They call me Bialdi and Forever Love. And EA is going to capture A, and they are going to capture. They might not capture B. Pink Puffins and Nuggies and Fries might be there to reset B though. C is going to be captured by E7 without a lot of trouble, I would say. But if EA decides to go for B, and they don't want to go for B because they are hesitating, they don't know where E7 tanks are. I don't think they have spotted any single tank so far. So they know there are tanks over to C, but they don't know how they are positioned. They don't know if there are tanks near the spawn. So what Kubies is trying to do is trying to give even more information. KJDO is spotted. Kubies himself is spotted. Has to be really careful. He's trying to run away because he doesn't want to lose too many hit points. In that thing is like at the start. But if he stays there for way too long, disaster could happen. And we will be seeing Kubies rotating back to the spawn. Oh, Nuggies and Fries, Creamy Buns, and Pink Puffins are looking for B. This is actually what I will be expecting for a team to defend from both A and B. They have a lot of tanks near their spawn. They don't have a lot of tanks between A and B. And Pink Puffins and will be leading the charge probably. But it's going to be hard for E7 to break it down because they don't have B. So 10 hit points of cap points of increase for EA. For E7, it's just only 5 cap points increase. Creamy Bonds is looking to get into B, trying to get the cap, but it seems EA has no tanks to reset B. However, Cheese Balls might be in trouble, maybe not, because EA is pushing between Cheese Balls and Nuggies and Fries, so that will give a lot of time for E7 to kill Lexington. And they got B as well, so they need to kill off Lexington as soon as possible. Cheese Balls need to stay as long as he could, and I think it will not last for long. So Lexington needs to be killed as soon as possible by Milkshake, and I think the next time they want to go for will be KJDL. This looks pretty good for E7, I would say. And Zeong Ace will be next tank down as well. I think they have made a similar problem as well last time. Committed too many tanks on just one single isolated tank. With KJDL now down to a 2-shot. Lexington is dead. Zeong Ace is going to be taken out soon. KJDL is dead. Cheese Balls is taken out finally. But they lost 2 tanks while doing so. So Zeong Ace is going to go down now. And EA is trying to get C. But it's going to be too little too late. Because E7 got both A and B. And EA only got back C. And E7 has a lot more cap points and hit points. Now it's on to E7 to finish the games. And this looks like to be a great match for E7 EA. Their inexperience is still there. And Kirby Bonds in the Crown Bargain. Great shot to Forever Love Guai. And probably now shell into Forever Love Guai, tracking that. And final shell into Forever Love Guai. Spartan, no, you can't have Battle Pass. You can't buy it from my stream. E7 doing really well, 1000 hit point, cap points. Control the tempo really well, I have to say. E7, 4 tanks doing more than 2k. EA, only 1 tank doing more than 2k, sadly. I do see a lot of teams using 7 heavy tanks. Don't get me wrong, it's not rare on headers. But usually they go for C instead of A and B. Because for A and B, you might have control, map control, you might have cap control over there, but rotating from from the C side to the other, and especially when they're going for a little bit like 2 flank push, then you might get pincered there somewhat. So I usually you usually see teams looking to commit their forces a little bit on their original spawn. They might cap it and then just kind of go back and get more attention over to the middle and the C side. And this time they're going to take a T22 instead of Heavy Rabbit, which is a good choice, because if they want to go for A and B, once again you really want that T22 to get the spots up. Last game they don't have any spots at the start, so they are forced to play with some with a bit of gambling. And E7 cheese balls was again acting as a bait. I'm not sure if it's actually the strategy to win against EA is to actually get a tank to act as a bait and draw everyone to there, and meanwhile the other team just get back their bases and kill the tanks near there. So we're seeing E7 this time going for Ice 4, triple Crown, double T125, and Vickers like EA, triple T125, double Crown, T22 and M60. Let's go. Oh yes, sorry, I forgot to say end, yes. I'd say stop guessing on the chat, so I'll take it from that. Okay, let's go. You guys are jinxing E7 here, and we'll see if it's the case. EA, red team, north spawn this time round, with E7 this time going for both A and B. So I think they're trying to show how it's going to be done. Cool Beans in that Vickers Light, spotting up a lot of tanks of EA. This time EA is committing their forces over to C more. Heavy Rabbit unable to cap B. Will be trying to run away, but shots are being are being seen. Over to Heavy Rabbit. Shots are being observed. Shots are being visualized. Playing with words, sorry. Creebon's trying to go for B, but I don't think he is able to do so. Forever Love will be there to reset B, and Heavy Rabbit just, you know, I want to be out of this fight. Just going to run away and go to C potentially. E7's trying to get B, but they don't have to do so. They have the cap lead on A, but they want to apply pressure onto EA. At the moment here, EA is looking for a rotation back through their spawn, and maybe looking to push onto Creepy Bonds. That could be a big problem for E7. They can't potentially rush onto C, so they have to defend their area. We're seeing if EA's continue to push onto the tanks of E7. They stop for a moment, try to chip away hit points of E7. Nuggies and Fries took some hits. Hit points still with E7. And EA, they need to figure out what to do next. B is going to be vacated by E7, so they might go for B now. And this is what they're going to do now. They're going to get B and they will get cap lead. and E7 drop a lot of hit points while trying to pull back, and they aren't able to connect anything. And this looks a little bit bad for E7 at the moment. They're losing the map control. They lost B now, and they need to do something on the other side. Kubi is looking for the comic BLD. He's still really healthy, so potentially he can win 1 versus 1. And he has to be decisive with that move. Now he's still hesitating whether to go for the comic BLD or not, but he's isolated. And I absolutely think he can do it 1 versus 1. EA is now applying pressure onto E7 now. They're trying to finish things up. They have really good hit point pool sharing, so E7 is in deep trouble, I have to say. Great shots onto Seong Ace. Seong Ace now down to 1 shot. Cheese Balls will be looking to kill off Seong Ace. It's going to be the case. Hit points are now neck and neck with E7 2 tanks onto 2. Kubi's trying to run away from Heavy Rabbit here. Just Do It is now killed by fire, and it's now 5 versus 7. E7 is struggling to stay alive. Kubi's going to go down to Heavy Rabbit soon. Kubi's bounce onto Heavy Rabbits. Heavy Rabbits kills Kubi's, and we also see Cheese Balls also dead. Lessington down to 1 shot. E7 getting the hit point pool lead back. The Kobe BLD is still surviving. Pretty Buzz is finally dead, and it's now going to be 4 versus 4 with the Kobe BLD now a 1 shot. And EA got both B and C, so Pink Puffins finally kills off a Kobe BLD, but E7 needs to get a cap at least. And if they could get B, that would be good. Heavy Rabbit down to 1 shot. Oh, he's trying to run away. Can Soggy Biscuit land at last final blow onto Heavy Rabbit here? Not sure, but Milkshake is killed by Forever Love Guai. It's actually close to call. E7, they lost C now, but are they able to survive? They need a kill. A kill would favor their chances of winning this one, but they are not close to any caps. Potentially they're close to A, but Heavy Rabbits might be there to make a cap stop. But I would say E7 wants to kill off Forever Love Guai first. Negative Fries will be landing that shell onto Forever Love Guai, killing Forever Love Guai off. And Heavy Rabbit will be going for A, and will be... Oh! That is brutal! Heavy Rabbit tries to go into A, but can't. Almost trying to get A, but that was brutally killed by E7 tanks. What a game it was by E7. 5 tanks doing more in 2K. EA 3 tanks doing more in 2K. This time, this is probably the best match tonight so far for EA. But E7 simply they weren't faced at all upon what's happening. They were in very tricky situations. They lost map control, cap control. They lost 2 cap. EA got 2 caps. Not very sure why EA continued to push. They could just hold their positions and keep on frustrating E7 there, and it's actually on E7 to make a push, not EA. So when EA decides to be more aggressive to finish the game, E7 suddenly realizes they are isolated tanks on EA. EA did also really well in the hip hop push sharing, so everything was going well for EA. But then suddenly they decide that it might be a good idea to continue pushing, which I think they absolutely don't have to do it. E7, although they are under pressure, they aren't isolated either. So under the situation, usually I would see teams, holding off and in their positions, continuing to frustrate the other team when they are sure that they have a big hip and pull lead, which I think EA miscalculated in this situation. They would push next. So EA, I think that was a little bit of a premature push. If they chip away more hit points to E7 and held their ground more because they have 2 caps, I think E7 would have a hard time in winning that one. But in the end, E7 won, and that was a good game by both teams. Hello everyone. 10 more seconds left to go, and we're going to be seeing E7 versus EA on UBA. Match point to E7 now. This will decide which team will get at least a 3rd place. Will it be E7 or will it be EA? We'll find out now. Sorry, it's wrong scoreline. Okay, let's watch. Okay, we're seeing now EA red team south spawn, E7 blue team north spawn. EA will be going for C, and E7 will be going for A. And Heavy Rabbit will be going for C now, and will be capturing C. And that will give EA the cap lead, and Kubies will be going for A, capturing it. But EA will get the cap lead, not E7. And it's on to E7 to make a rotation now. We'll see what they're going to do. A is captured, and EA, red team, they are going to defend, I would say. No one's on B. I don't think anyone's on B anyhow. E7 is not there to reset B at the moment. Double Crown Vargans are rotating back to stop EA from potentially getting B. They're trying to shoot something, but no one's there. No one is there. Oh, okay. Actually, they're trying to shoot down the walls. Interesting call from E7. I'm not sure why they want to do that. Probably they want to have a better overview about what's going on. They don't want their line of sight to be blocked. So that's probably why they're shooting down the walls, the collapsible walls here near B. EA still holding on. It's still on EA to defend and E7 to make a push. Soggy Biscuit might be leading all the way in. The mouse has to be absolutely careful. Cheese Balls almost got a hit from KJDL. Lucky that he didn't take a hit there. Lexington getting aggressive on B. It seems EA are looking for B now. And this is probably what E7 is expecting. And Lexington is going for B. Cheese Balls. Let's head down to Cheese Balls. We're having shots onto Lexington. There are tanks onto the bridge side. So if EA decides to push onto B, then they will get farmed from there. But Lexington is able to get B. Not sure why E7 is allowing EA to get B here, but we'll never know. But Cheese Balls bounces the shell onto Lexington. A good shell to Lexington. And it's going to be hit points still with E7, but cap points are now with EA. E7 needs to hurry up a little bit. But Sion Ace is down, is near the bridge side, trying to distract the tank so that EA can cross. But you will see EA swarming into E7 forces, but the Creepy Bonds, I think he has to run. He has to start running. Cannot stay there for far too long. Trying to put another shell, but it's a bounce or to just do it. With Sion Ace dead in that mouse. Unable to kind of distract E7 forces. Hit points are now with E7, and EA is trying to shut Creepy Buns down, and I don't think he will last for that very long. Kubi is going to get C in the biggest light, and the Crown Vargans, they're going to unleash their clip potential, but so many bounces onto Heavy Rabbit, they have to stop bouncing now. Creepy Buns, for some odd reason, still alive, and Heavy Rabbit is finally dead. And it's 5 vs 7, no idea how Creepy Buns has survived this, but finally he is down, but at the cost of 2 tanks from EA. And E7 is just going to put a great shell into Just Do It. No, into KJDL instead. Great shielding from them. E7, great shot into Just Do It. And Just Do It is killed. And it's now going to be 4 vs 6. E7 getting B. And KJDL is now down to a 2-shot. This is a masterclass by E7. They completely predicted what EA is going to do in this one. And they demonstrated really well how to respawn when EA is trying to be really aggressive onto B, and you're seeing Forever Love Guai is finally dead, and Lexington is going to be next tank down for E7. Yay, I mean. And the Kobe BLD is down to 1 shot as well. And great shots from Kubi's and Yusha killing off the last 2 tanks of EA, sending E7 to the lower bracket final. Well done to E7. Commiserations to EA. They haven't really grown into the game tonight. I think against GB pretty much convincingly beat EA 3-0, and as for E7 also beat EA quite convincingly 3-0. I think there is a lot to learn from for EA. I hope they will come back strong next season, but tonight the games aren't close at all, in my opinion, except the second match against E7. That was pretty close, but EA pretty much most of the time got outplayed and tactically got outsmarted. So GB, E7, and Feast would be the top 3 for the Asia server, which is quite typical. If you were to ask me. So congratulations to all the 3 teams here, and well, let's see about the results for the Challengers tournament. Okay, here we go. There are N. Okay, they're still playing against. Oh no, they can't play against RN tonight. 9v against Kane. What's going to be the result? They're still playing, so because we ended our games ended 3-0, this is probably going to be at least one match win for either 9v or Kane. So that means it's going to be E7 through to the lower bracket final, and East versus GB next. Yeah. So tomorrow I'll be following Feast versus GB, and then the loser of that against E7, and the day after tomorrow it will be the grand final.
Just tell me I can stand the truth. For everything we hope to never lose. 'Cause everything we want, oh, is everything we need. Just like I need you. Oh, it's just like you need me. Oh, now I want to this alone. Now I want to this alone. Without my strength I know. Without my strength I know. Strength unknown, don't give up on me now. You got 500,000 eyes staring you to the ground.
Okay, so if you could wait for me while I key in the results of the giveaway, that would be nice.
I miss the family I used to have. I feel like everything's so different now. Sitting by the fire as we'd watch the flames burn out. I miss the days I wasn't afraid. Now I always have my guard up. Hands on my face, I learned to cope with the pain. I know that people think I'm trying to get attention, but in reality I'm trying to send a message. I know there's kids out there that are going through the same thing, and if you're one of them I hope to help your suffering. Just know it will get better and these feelings do not stay the same. No, they don't stay the same. I don't wanna make you feel bad, but you kinda ruined my life. You hurt me and ruined my life. And I don't
So please wait for a moment, I'll be back very soon.
but you kinda ruined my life. You hurt me and ruined my life. my way up. I took a couple L's, but that's just normal talk. I popped a couple pills, but they don't do much. And now I take Prozac in the morning with some other stuff. But why did I get into this? I feel like this is all a dream. But when I wake up, look around, this isn't even make believe. So I sit in a corner thinking back to all the memories. I grew up with these fake beliefs. By the time I find a remedy, I don't wanna make you feel bad, but you kinda ruined my life. You hurt me and ruined my life. And I don't wanna make you feel bad, but you kinda ruined my life. You hurt me and ruined my life. You hurt me and ruined my life. Yeah.
Break the chains that you pull away. I feel the fear when you look at me. But we've had enough of love. Is this not enough?
Oh wow! The second giveaway. There are so many close guesses. One of the guests, only differs by the real amount by 36 hit points, and the fifth closest is the closest differ only 558 hit points, and the next one is just only 583. That is really tight. Very sorry if you didn't win in this one. Yeah, it has been really tight. I'm just going to double check whether they have won before. Yeah, if they have won before, I'll probably give chances to another one.
I feel the fear when you look at me. But we've had enough of love. Is this not enough? Is this not enough? Is this not enough? Let me feel
Yes, I got it now. Okay, so I'm going to announce a list very soon. Very sorry to whoever get a guest in the second one, but just by a tiny margin. Just by a tiny margin. You almost got it. You almost got it, but tough luck. Better luck next time. There are still giveaways for tomorrow and the day after tomorrow on the Asia server, and tonight there are giveaways on both Footage stream and also Amronet stream. So have a look at those.
Maybe we can make this world a better place, and the tragedies and set our spirits free. Together we can bring back home the ones who've lost, and give them love, and give them
Okay, so here are the winners for the giveaway. Now, yeah, you're seeing here, seeing it here. Well, congratulations to Biscuit Skills Soft Sausage. I hate guess, but it flows. SRT Viper, YTX Legend, PS Mutio, then Wukong, I think, Cartles JP, and Chippy Chips. Congratulations, commiserations to those who got it really close in the second giveaway. So I'm going to close this one. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you soon. And we're going to be seeing you tomorrow. And tonight, I'll be co-commentating with Every. Thank you all, and bye for now. Hopefully, also the stream is a lot smoother than yesterday. And until then, see you soon.